Hey y'all, this is Bethany from Southern Couture, and we're going to be talking more about the book of Psalms and Proverbs Illustrating Bible today. And I'm going to share a fun project that I'm going to work on during the month of March, working through the book of Proverbs. I am so excited. I have been wanting to do something like this for many, many years, and I'm finally going to make it happen this March. And I hope you will join me. So this is the Illustrating Bible that is almost like a scripture journal in a way. It has just the books of Psalms and Proverbs in it. Of course, you also, I've talked about the large illustrating Bible that has all of the books in it. And then there was the book of Luke illustrating Bible. And I worked through this and did a chapter each day for Advent. And I had such a good time with that. So rewarding. So when I found out they were doing Psalms and Proverbs, I was like, I have to do something with Proverbs because of the number of chapters it has. You're going to be able to do a chapter a day in the month of March. So it works out perfect. And then you'll have all that extra space because I don't know about y'all, but with Psalms, I always seem to journal there and run out of space in other Bibles. And so now I'll be able to go to this one if I need to. But if you have not seen the Illustrating Bible, I will leave a link down below. Check it out. I have a review video that I did flipping through it, showing you all the details, the nitty gritty. And then I also have another video where I show you a process video working through it that will help you break open a new Bible and not be intimidated or nervous about that at all. So all of that's down below. You can grab yours from DaySpring. If you are interested, there's a link where you can find it if you have not heard about it and want to grab yours as well. So what I'm doing today is just talking about my plans and my study that I'm going to be doing through Proverbs for the month of March. So what you have here, this was just the label that the packaging that came with it, in case anybody was kind of wondering what that would look like. But what I have here are some really, really fun, I'm excited, I think they're adorable, some fun printables that I have designed in my Etsy shop for all of you to grab. So what is so cool about this is that I've used a lot of fun colors that are going to coordinate with the cover because I just think that's fun and it's kind of just how I love to do things. And then also you're going to have all different kinds of bundles, and depending what you like, how you like to journal, it will be perfect. So this whole collection is part of my paint swatch series. I started that back in the fall and I've loved it, and I'm so excited to continue doing that with this set. I just released my loved paint swatch back earlier this month, so you can check it out. But a link to my Etsy shop where these can be found is down below. This is going to be the paint swatch Wisdom in Proverbs collection. So if you want to search for that, you can over on Etsy. But that's what this whole thing is about. We're going to be looking at usually are using these three little colors here. So if you want to kind of color coordinate, match those to different markers, paints, that kind of thing with products, you can. We've got this, I love this part too where I get to kind of name them. So since this is our third collection, we have the number 3 here, 3001, 3002, and 3. You've got very wise, peace, and then wisdom. And so for the first set that you'll see, I'm going to talk a little bit about the sets and how my plans are to work through it. And then I'll show you some pages that I've done in here in those first chapters of Proverbs. So your first little bundle set is like your basic set. You're going to have your paint swatch guy here, your little washi, some page starters, these fun rainbows, some hearts, these little spotty dots, which are great to use almost like washi strips, the black and white stripes. I wanted to do some other little fun titles with wise, Proverbs, wisdom, because those words are things that we see so much in the book of Proverbs. I thought that would be fun. And then just for a big title, that could also be cut up and used in your journaling as well. And this second page is some of the same things you'll see in some other sets I've done. Like I've told y'all before, I wanted to do some of these where it would have lots of different elements in one. So you're getting washi, you're getting page starters, you're getting grid blocks, you're getting like ephemera pieces, you're getting like the title starters, these little crosses. I just think that's a fun way to kind of give you a little bit of everything in one set too. So then another little mini paint swatch with the hearts, which I just love. That's got to be my favorite. I'm in love with this black and white stripe. And of course, I've included some big rainbows, some spotty dots. I think you guys will love it. In addition to these 2 pages in the basic set, I went ahead and included this little page here, which is titles and washi. And I absolutely love it. So you've got your big titles, like I showed you on that first page. And then you have all these fun washi strips. So you have a washi strip of hearts, which you could cut those out and use them separately if you wanted. You have a strip of rainbows. You've got I just went ahead and included some extra rainbows on there for you, because when I'm printing, I want to use up all that paper and space as much as I can without wasting paper. So that's why I kind of add extra things for y'all. You've got your spotty dots up here. This down here, spotty dot stripes. This down here is so fun. You've got Proverbs wise wisdom with spotty dots in between. And I just think how fun would that be coming across your page as washi at the top or bottom. So that's why I did that. And I just think that's so fun. But let me show you too. I've already cut up a lot of them because I've been working through. But I wanted to show you real quick because I printed on cardstock. I just print on white cardstock. Nothing's, special about it. People ask me what kind of paper I'm printing on. White cardstock. And then I also did another set printed on the Avery clear sticker paper. I will have a link down below to that clear sticker paper so that you'll know what I'm using that I really like. It works great, especially for sets like this. So I would recommend printing those washi and titles on some clear sticker paper, or have your office supply store do that, because when you cut out, like you'll see how I've used those rainbows and the hearts. If you don't have this on sticker paper and you cut it out of cardstock, would be very, very intricate unless you have a cutting machine. To get that looking really nice. The same with these spotty dots. It's so nice to have that going just transparent down onto the page. So I'll show you how those look and what I mean with that, as well as when you're talking about the page starters. So those, you want them to blend into the page. You can certainly layer them. I've layered them, printed on cardstock, but I like that looks like I've used watercolors on my page, even though I haven't. And then look down here below, you'll see a comparison to it on just regular cardstock. So that is my advice with that kind of set with the titles, but you could certainly print it on cardstock like I have, and I'm going to be using it anyways, but I wanted to remind you about the clear sticker paper. Now, the next set I have are some patterned papers, and I got them out of whack here. Oh, this is the cardstock stack. That's why. Okay. I got myself organized now. Okay. Here are the patterned papers, and there are 3 pages of patterned papers. And if you're wondering why you might see some like color through mine, it's because I recycle paper and I printed it on the back. So this is that first page. I think I just have to include a spotty dot with every set. You guys know me too well. And then on this side, I had done this stripe pattern in the Loved one that I did recently, just with different colors, and I fell in love with it. I love how it has the spotty dots on here in between to break up that color, and I just had to include it again. And let me know if y'all like it. It may be something that I like to include in all of the collections going forward. I would love to hear what y'all think. So that's the first page in the patterned paper. Your second page here, you're going to get those really, really cute crosses in all the colors. And then your black and white stripes, which is so fun. And then this one looks a little bit busy, but it is so much fun. So you have all the rainbows here, and then you've got those little phrases. I just love how that would look cut out and layer behind something. Cut out a piece of this and layer it on top of it. You could even cut this out and use these as a bunch of washi strips as well. That would be really fun. You can tell when I was just looking at that other paper that I have been punching out tabs and using mine for tabs as well. So you could fussy cut letters out. I think I want to do that with especially the striped and the crosses. I think I want to do some fussy cutting of some letters, or using my little letter punch that I have. I think that would be a lot of fun. So those are the patterned papers. You get 3 in there, and then you get there'll be a set of journaling cards with 2 different sets here, or pages, and we've got a lot of these other fun elements. I mean, I just think that is so cute with that little word or the words over and over. And so there's the first page, and the second page is going to be similar. You could have the grids to be able to write, and with the fun little elements down at the bottom. So the first page here, you could cut out, use these for tip-ins. You could write on the back of them. You could even print these back to back. So when you flipped it over in your Bible, you'll have like a grid on the back of it. That would be a fun idea. I've done that before and I really like that. Now, this is the memory card page, and I want to explain a little bit about this page because I feel like when you see it, you're just going to think, whoa, ginormous rainbows. So what's really cool about this is I love doing the memory cards, and these are perfect. This little shape, you can just punch it or trace it and cut your holes in it to put in your little memory box. But another thing that I love is using other things or shapes that are wonky, maybe not just a perfect little card to put in my memory box. And so that's what these rainbows are intended for. They would be so fun to just cut them right out, punch them, have them as a little insert popping out behind one of these cards, or you could put a grid block over the top of it and journal on it. You could journal on the rainbow. I mean, it's a lot of fun little ideas and options that you could do. Print these on the clear sticker paper too and have you a ginormous rainbow on your page. So I love finding ways to use these for more than just one use to get, more purpose out of it. You can print them as many times as you want. So I just wanted to do a quick rundown of all the printable sets so you could see, I could explain a little bit about them and why I'm wanting to, why I've designed things a little bit the way I have. But I wanted to read something real quick too. This comes from ESV on their website about the book of Proverbs, and the theme, of course, as many of us know, is about wisdom. And what they say is that it is to describe what wisdom is and to help God's people become wise. Wisdom is founded in the fear of the Lord. It enables believers to express their faith in the practical details of everyday life. So wisdom is something that we all need more of, something that we should really search and seek out to have every day in our life, just like it says in the practical details of everyday life. There's so much that you can use God's wisdom for to guide you in that. Just some of the topics it also says that we're going to read about in Proverbs that are some daily life topics would be friendship, speech, marriage, child rearing, peace, work, getting along with others, eternity, diligence and laziness. These are just some topics that we all could use wisdom on, especially in everyday life. And I just think that being intentional and finding that time to really study through Proverbs is going to be so powerful and such a blessing to all of us. So let's go ahead and I'll open up and show you the pages that I have done in here using some printables, and I hope you guys love it. So the video I mentioned earlier about the process video is this page right here where I did some permission pages. Head over to that link once you're done here and you can see and find out a lot more about that page. I did a entry in here already for Illustrated Faith's Wholehearted Kit in Psalms, because of course my other Bible gets full. So here is my Proverbs chapter 1 entries, and I am just in love with it. So what I really like is that sometimes you can have a double page spread, which I did in the book of Luke for Advent a lot. And when your chapters are longer, you'll have that where you can do 2 pages. With the bigger font, the wide margins, some of the chapters happen to go into 2 pages. And if not, usually each chapter will at least have its own page, which is really nice because some of the chapters are shorter. And if we didn't have such a wide margin, you would fill up probably several chapters on one page. So this just makes it nice where you could journal each day for that chapter if you want. So there are 31 chapters in Proverbs, which is great, so that we'll be able to do a daily entry and studying through Proverbs in March for each day. And I think this is so fun to focus on as well with Lent and Easter coming up and seeking God's wisdom. It's just a really great time to do that. So for this page, because I had chapters 1 on both pages, I did this first page over here where I wanted a prayer. Like I've mentioned many times, I started off with a prayer and documenting that. And so I cut out my little paint swatch card that was on that first basic element set and put it down, put a prayer after I had read through the first chapter to really start me off and have my heart prepared, and put down some printables, from that basic set, the crosses, the rainbows, I love putting the hearts on the cardstock and then layering them over the top. And that's pretty much what I did on both sides with the printables. This is that rainbow washi strip. So see how it goes just smoothly right into the page without having to be all intricate with cutting it out if it was on cardstock. Underneath now you're gonna see I have these little hearts that are on a stamp set that I have from a long time ago that I just added to get another layer. I did some stenciling that I had with a stencil. I added this highlighter washi, that's the thin washi. Y'all know how much I love it, and I love to use it to add another layer with the little crosses, and that is Illustrated Fates Highlighter Washi from DaySpring, and I will leave a link down below if you want to grab some of it. It's so popular. And then these are just some alpha stickers that I had, and over here, I want to mention this. It talks about in chapter 1 at the end, all of these things is talking about how people have rebuked wisdom, they're not listening, and all of that. Well, the very end is where I love, and it says, verse 33, but whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm. And I'm like, who would not want to live like that? Be safe, at ease, no anxiety, and to be without any fear of harm coming against you. And so my really big takeaway was listen to wisdom. They're telling us here, listen, open your ears up and listen to wisdom. And so that's what I wanted to be my big main theme there. Again, like I said, this page was just really getting a prayer down. I go through and highlight like crazy. I do lots of markings, things that, stand out to me. I might make a little note. It can be as simple or as detailed as you want it to be. And then both pages, I use the pattern paper you see here and just punched it out with my tab punch, which I'll leave a link to it down below as well. And then added, this is from that Word Fetty book from DaySpring and Illustrated Faith. I added some little words there, cut out some ribbon I had. I think this came from a set of fabric from Cricut, and tied it to a paper clip, washied it down. I don't think that's a word, but it's going to be now. So I put it down with washi, and then over here I had this little bow embellishment that I just stuck up at the top that matched really well. And then added the spotty dot. That is that spotty dot that's up at the top of the page, and it was, since it was on clear paper, it just kind of goes right into the page, and I love that. So here is my first little spread. Now let me show you for chapter 2. Chapter 2 is just going to be one page. We had a little on the other side, and then this page, so you could do page 2 here. Page 3 is going to be, where you could probably journal on this side, and then chapter 4, you could do another page, chapter 3 here, or you could do another double page spread for chapter 4 if you wanted. 5, 6. You don't even have to do the 2-page spread. I just like to, while I have my stuff out, I just go ahead and cut up and have enough out to use. And it works out good for me because I like to see the pages full when I get done. You could always do this too. You could journal on one side for chapter 4, and you could come over here and I'm talking about like creative journaling with the supplies, and then on this side just do some note taking and things like that. So it's just what you want to make it, but I just encourage you guys to just to get into the Word. That's what it's all about. If you have more time on one day, do some word studies. Pull out and do some like commentary studies and really dive deep into something that stands out to you. Like this verse here was standing out to me. And then other days where you don't have as much time, I would recommend that you just at least read through it. That's all you have to do. It will not take you but a minute or two to read through the chapter, and you can highlight, do whatever you want. And then you know that you've been in the Word that day and studied and been intentional. And I love that. So this is my plan to use this book of Proverbs. A lot of you were asking and couldn't wait to see how I was going to be doing it. And this is it, guys. If you have any questions about how I'm going to be working through the book of Proverbs, that I didn't cover, or you just want to know something in more detail, just let me know down below in the comments, and I would love to answer those questions for you guys. And then don't forget to get your printables over my Etsy shop. That link is down below. Again, this whole collection is part of the Paint Swatch series, and this is the Wisdom in Proverbs edition. And let me know, like I was talking about these, if there's something too that you would love to keep seeing or something you would like to see changed. I would love to know that as well. And I just can't wait to join everybody. I do want to mention this too, that if you do grab your printables, or even if you're working in the book of Proverbs along with me in March, I would love to see your pages. So please use the hashtag SC_Proverbs, and that way I would love to follow that hashtag and be able to see what you guys are doing, and then be able to share those with everyone else as we encourage and work through this together. Make sure that you are subscribed, because I would love to come back and do some process videos in the month of March as I'm working through the book of Proverbs, and hopefully give you some more ideas. And click that bell icon then, so you'll know when that next video comes out. All right, guys, I will see you again very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.